Hello there, my name's Dane Lemaitre, and welcome to the review. So as I said, welcome to the review, and in this review it's sort of a joint review. I'm going to be talking about Troublesome Truck 3 and Jeremy the jet plane. And I got these recently. I got these from a shop called the Dieselworks. Now the Dieselworks unfortunately announced that they were going to be closing down. However, someone else has now bought the business and there's a new website up and running. I've not had a problem look on there as such yet, but from what I saw there wasn't any Thomas range as such, but it said it was going to be updating it with more stock. So definitely recommend looking there. There's some nice products. Obviously I suppose it depends what you're into. I think it's nice it's kept open because, I mean, there's not many model railway shops as such now. A lot of it is all done over the internet now. And obviously there's pros and cons to that. You know, personally, I'd love to walk into a model shop and buy a product, but then, like I said, it's sometimes it's in an actual shop that you physically have to walk into and go to. It can be a lot more expensive, whereas if you get it online, it can be a bit cheaper, and I think that's the downfall. And also, there's a lot more selection online as well, really, and so it's a bit of a shame, really. Anyway, like I said, so I'm doing this as a joint review because I didn't feel there was much to say about either Jeremy or the truck. So I'll talk about the truck first. Let's move Jeremy out of the way. So anyway, this is Troublesome Truck 3. And as you can see, it's a cattle wagon. Now, some of the trucks in the TV series had faces on them. Normally they're painted brown. But this one's painted green, and I think the face on this one's really, really good. It looks just like the face on one of the Troublesome trucks in the TV series. Didn't see many trucks wearing this particular face though, but a lot of the other vans and trucks in the show, especially from when I used to watch it in my era sort of thing, had faces on them. So, and I mean, you can buy this in the Bachmann range without the face on it, but personally I prefer it with the face on it. Because again, it's like from my sort of childhood era, if you know what I mean. Also, in the Railway series books, there were some cattle trucks that were different colours, and in the books that had faces on them. Not with like face masks like this though. But yeah, I thought this was a nice little truck, and you can actually see this truck running in my last video, which was my show at the Wellingborough Museum that I did, and so it ran really nicely. But yeah, I think that's a good truck altogether. So that's all I can say about that, really. So anyway, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the packaging now for both the models. Then I'll talk about Jeremy. Now I'd like to talk about the packaging. The packaging is okay. But as I've discussed before and said on many of my other reviews, I prefer the packaging in the Hornby range because I think it protects the models a bit more. Obviously these are very delicate, they're not really toys as such, so they're models. And the thing is as well, with Bachmann, the packaging on some of their other products, like the 009 Thomas range and the Underground Ernie range, was a lot better because it protects the models a lot more. But, so I don't really think this sort of packaging does protect it that well. Another thing as well I found is, obviously last time I reviewed Bachmann Harold, and Bachmann Harold was very hard to get in and out of the box, and his rotors, propellers, whatever you want to call them, on top, had to be in exactly the right place to get him in and out of the packaging. So it was very difficult, and the same obviously goes for the Troublesome truck. That was also in the old style of packaging. Also on the back of the box it shows you again the other products you can buy, and it's listed those that are not pictured. There's also a health warning, which is a little bit worrying. I mean, years ago I remember there being a load of toys that got called back because they contain paint with lead in them. So I don't know why these ones haven't as well, really, unless someone's missed that out. I don't know. Another thing about the packaging as well is that it comes in the old style packaging. As you know, there's now a new style of packaging for the Bachmann range. Obviously Rosie last year being one of the first ones to come out in this range. So here we have Jeremy in the Bachmann range. First off, I'd like to say that I think Jeremy's absolutely superb. The detail is absolutely superb on him. I also like his face as well. His face looks very much like it did in the TV series. Now, Jeremy only spoke in one episode of the TV series. However, he did appear in the background of a few other episodes. And also, he appeared in the magazine stories as well. And again, when you look at Thomas's history, there's so many characters now from both the sort of the classic era and the books, and also the newer CGI series and his entertainment, that appeared once or twice and have been forgotten about. And I think it's such a shame, really, that a lot of characters have been forgotten. I mean, as well, when I look at characters like Jeremy here, for example, but not just Jeremy, other engines like, Neville and Dennis, who have also appeared in magazine stories, as well as the TV series, I look at them and I think, there was just so much more potential for those characters. It's a shame they don't appear more. Like I said, I think this is a good model, Jeremy, but there is a bit of a problem. Obviously, I've been on holiday abroad a number of times by aeroplane, and an aeroplane should actually be a lot taller and bigger than a steam engine and a road vehicle. But in the TV series, Jeremy's a lot smaller than the engines, and also Harold the Helicopter, and he should be a lot taller. But this isn't the only range that gets this height wrong. As you can see, when you put him next to a Bachmann engine, he's the wrong height. But also, in the take-along range, I've only got him in the take-along range in this range. He's the wrong height there as well. So I do think it's a bit of a shame, and also as well, he's got his eyes just there where his cockpit is. So if he did have a crew, would they be able to see where they're going? I'm not too sure, really. And as well as I collect the Ertl models, and again with the Ertl models, I thought they were absolutely superb detail-wise. But again, height was always a bit of an issue with some of them. So like I said, it's the same with Jeremy here, really. But like I said, I do like him. I mean, this model, it's got wheels underneath. Them wheels do not move. And also the eyes don't move on this model. As you know, a lot of the Bachmann engines, as they move along, their eyes move from side to side. But the ones without any power, obviously this being one of them, doesn't move. Obviously you've got Scarlett and Rheneas as well. Although they're powered, they're obviously really small, so their eyes don't move either. But obviously being the size they are, 009 range, it is sort of understandable. There was one occasion when Jeremy was the right sort of height, and that was again in two of the magazine stories. As you can see here, he's a lot taller than Madge and Molly, the yellow engine, in both of these pictures. So like I said, he's the right height there, but he's not the right height here, or in the TV series like he would be in real life if he was obviously real. But again, I suppose if Jeremy was that sort of size, the right sort of size that he should have been, obviously being the model series, they would have had a lot of issues with him. Like I said, Jeremy hasn't been in the show for a while now, and he only spoke in one of the television episodes. But he did appear in a couple of years ago now in one of the CGI series episodes. The episode called Letter to Santa. And it was basically his Trackmaster model, but animated to make it look like it was moving. Like I said, I think it's a shame that he's not in the show anymore. And like I said, there's so many sort of one-off characters that haven't appeared. As well, obviously Bulgy the Bus, who was one of the original characters, he came back recently to the CGI series, but again, he only appeared in one episode, and we've not seen him again since then. So And I think part of the problem is as well, if you think about it, there's obviously so many characters in Thomas the Tank Engine now that there's going to be a lot of characters that don't get any airtime, and they like to sort of focus on 8 sort of main ones. But then there's loads of characters that get left out as well. I mean, there's some characters now in the CGI series that haven't really spoken for ages. Like, I don't know, Winston, for example, but, you know, at least he still appears, even if he doesn't always speak. You know, in some ways, you know, I'd rather these characters still just appear instead of, you know, not speaking at all, although it would obviously be nice if they spoke and appeared at the same time instead of just making a cameo role. But like I said, this is a nice little model of Jeremy, still. And I mean, if you really wanted to, when you do design your model railway layout, you can have him so you can do it so that he's fixed up somewhere high, so he looks like he's a lot bigger, or sort of in scale. Or you can just have him like you can make an airport scene for your layout or something and have him there, or an airfield or something. I mean, it's up to you really. Obviously with modelling, the list is never ending, but I still think this is a very nice model of Jeremy. Yeah, but like I said, because obviously there's been a few issues with the height and that, and obviously it being sort of, well, in my opinion, very recognisable, I decided to give Jeremy an 8.5 out of 10. As for the Troublesome Truck 3, I decided to give that a 9 out of 10, because again, I thought the truck was very good, but then I haven't really seen many sort of green cattle trucks really, and there's not really sort of a truck I can look on and base it on. It's just sort of a general truck in general, but like I said, I do think it's a good truck, and I still recommend that you get it. But like I said, I would definitely recommend you get both of these. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye, and thanks for watching.